Hello, kia ora, I'm Philip Duncan, and thank you so much for joining us for our Friday update for March the 10th. Well, all eyes are on the Southern Ocean, really, from a forecasting point of view. There's a lot going on with this big storm, and there's at least 2 or 3 other big storms tracking in further south. They're not coming up into the New Zealand area, but they are influencing our weather. And as you can see with this southwest flow, the temperatures are dropping a little bit as we go in across Friday and into Saturday morning, and sparking a few thunderstorms too as that cold front passes over the upper North Island, and that clears away as we go in towards the weekend. Really, the only other feature on here is low pressure up around Queensland, driving in some rain towards Brisbane. You've got about 50 millimetres coming up over the next few days. But all eyes at the moment are in the Southern Ocean, and check out this. We've got a race down there at the moment, the oceanrace.com. You should go and check out the website. You can see this tracking map. So the lead boat, further to the north than the other ones that are trailing it, and it's tracking a little bit slower though in the front there at 14.5 knots when we recorded this. Basically double that roughly for kilometres an hour. The ones behind travelling a bit faster at about 18 knots or 17 knots. So they're basically riding the wind ahead of this front, or in that front right there. So on Saturday you can see that cold front tracking along with high pressure to the north. Lighter winds up here, windier the further south you go. A little bit like being a surfer riding the front of the wave. They're trying to ride that wind wave along towards Tasmania and New Zealand. So we've got high pressure rolling in, but it's still going to be a bit windy until that centre comes through. So a little bit unsettled on Saturday, but that cold front has gone out to sea. By Sunday, the next cold front's moving through. 2 high pressure zones and a weak low trying to form in the middle. That's why you're seeing that rain sort of connecting to New Zealand, but it's not likely to last because those 2 highs are going to sort of squeeze the life out of that low and probably push it northwards. But that means you'll see some windier weather on Sunday in the south. It'll be a warm day, highs into the mid-20s at least. For those of you in Southland and Otago, make the most of it, because on Monday, up comes the next southerly. It's going to feel colder. Temperature drop of 9-10 degrees. We've been seeing this pattern off and on really since the start of February, but it gets a little more intense as we go in towards March. You can see that weak area of low pressure has formed east of Brisbane, and still raining a little bit there in Brisbane itself. Now as we go through to Tuesday, that colder change moves further out to sea from the South Island. High pressure, a big one, now starting to move in. So a little cooler on Tuesday nationwide, certainly not a humid day. And on the other side of that high pressure zone, the easterlies driving in wet weather for the eastern coastal sides of Australia. But there is the next storm down in the Southern Ocean. But by Wednesday, it's moved closer to Antarctica, and we've got high pressure right over the top of us. Now, longer range in the tropics, we've got 1, 2, 3 areas of tropical low pressure. This one here around New Caledonia and Vanuatu, worth keeping an eye on. We talked about this the other day, saying it might become a cyclone. It may not. It's right on the border of one potentially forming, but it doesn't look like a major one, category 1 at this stage. So that's really more of a rain event than anything else for those in this area. But for now, no tropical cyclones are forecast, and we've got this big block of high pressure moving in. But certainly the autumn pattern, you can certainly see it on the maps now around New Zealand and Australia. That's all from me. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.